All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is dividing exponents. So I'm going to start just using regular numbers, and when we're factoring a number, we're trying to find out what multiplies together to make that number. There's two ways to do that. You can use a factor tree, and I think most of you have done that in elementary school. I have another way that I do it that I think in my head works a little bit better. I call it upside down division. So what I do is I start with my number. We are going to be dividing it by these numbers. So I'm going to start with the smallest one, 2. Upside down division means I'm going to do this. Is 24 divisible by 2? The answer to that is yes. So I'm going to put a 2 on the outside. 24 divided by 2 is 12. This is not a prime number, so we're going to keep going. Is 12 divisible by 2? Yes, it is. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Is this a prime number? And by prime, I mean something that can be only multiplied by 1 in itself to get it. It's not. I can still do 2 times 3. So, is this divisible by 2? Yes, it is. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Is this a prime number? Well, let's see if it is. Is it divisible by 2? The answer is no. But the next one I'm going to look at is 3, so I'm going to divide by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. When I get down to a 1, I know I'm done. So what the factors are of 24 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. And if you check it out, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 times 3 is 24. These are the factors. All right, so we're going to try it again. I'm going to start with 60. And 2, is it divisible by 2? Yes, it is. We get 30. Is 30 divisible by 2? Yes, it is. We get 15. Is 15 divisible by 2? No, it's not. So I'm going to go to the next number, which is 3. Is 15 divisible by 3? Yes, it is. We get 5. Is 5 divisible by 3? It's not. So we're going to go to the next number. Is 5 divisible by 5? Yes, it is. 1 means you're done. So if you double check, 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 is 12, 12 times 5 is 60. These are the numbers you multiply together. So what I'd like you to do, pause the video, give these a try, and then we'll check. All right, so let's take a look and see how you did. Remember, we always start with 2. It goes in, we get 5, goes in. The 10 should equal 2 times 5. 25 is not divisible by 2 and 3, so I go to 5. We end up with 5 times 5. 8 is divisible by 2. It's divisible by 2. It's divisible by 2, so you should end up with 2 times 2 times 2. 20, divisible by 2. 10 is divisible by 2. Last one is 5, so 20 should be 2 times 2 times 5. All right, so let's take what we just did and rewrite the fractions into their fully factored terms. In other words, if I have a 10 on the top, I know that 10 equals my 2 times 5. And 8, if I look over here, is 2 times 2 times 2. In order to simplify, what you look at this and you see, where do I have the same number on the top as I have on the bottom? They both have a 2. These can cancel out. If it's a 2 over 2, remember that's the same as like 1. Any number over itself is 1. 5 can't cancel with a 2, so my answer is 5/4. That is the simplified version. Okay. Try it with 25 over 20. All right, so 25 over 20. 25 is 5 times 5. 20 is 2 times 2 times 5. You're looking for where things can be canceled. I have a 5 on the top, a 5 on the bottom. Anything over itself is 1, so those are gone. Straight across the top, I have a 5. 2 times 2 on the bottom, I have a 4. You should have 5/4. So if you think about this, what is it that allows us to cancel out the numbers and the fractions above? Well, what I see is when you have the same number on the top and the bottom, you can cancel them out. Well, guess what? You can do the same thing when we're dealing with variables. So here we go with our variables, and we are dividing. What we have on the top is 4x's, and what we have on the bottom is 2x's. Well, if you look at that, what I'm going to do, cancel a pair, cancel a pair. What's left on the bottom is just a 1. What I have here on the top is x times x, and there's a 1 on the bottom. This is just the same. Anything over 1 is itself. It's the same as x times x. So we have x squared. Let's do it again. We have 2 a's on the top, 5 a's on the bottom. Right? Cancel 1 from the top, 1 from the bottom. 1 from the top, 1 from the bottom. What I have here is 3 a's on the bottom, but I have to hold that spot, so I'm going to put a 1 on the top. That's what's left up here is a 1. We are going to end up with 1 over a to the third. So I want you to be watching for a pattern so you can think about this. All right, on the top I have y times y times y. On the bottom I have 2 times y times y times y. Cancel a y, cancel a y, cancel the y. What I have on the bottom is a 2. I have to hold the place. There's a 1 up here. I end up with 1/2. All right, so I'm going to pause the camera, give it a try, and we'll come back. All right, so let's look at these one at a time. When you write them out, you just cancel out the things that overlap, and you're telling me what you have left. I have a 3 on the top, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 b's on the bottom. All right, next one, I'm going to cancel out. Cancel out the a's, cancel out the x's that overlap, right? What you see left, a single a on the top and a single x on the bottom. Okay, the next one down, the b's cancel out and an x cancels out. So what I have are 3 x's on the top, so x to the third, 2 b's on the bottom, so b to the second. All right, things that overlap. We got w's that can cancel. We're going to have w to the second on the top, x to the second on the bottom. Okay, I stopped here because I have 2v on the top. Remember, when you look at 6, right, 6, it could be divided by 2. I end up with a 3, and divide by 3, and I 1, and I'm done. So this is 2 times 3 times v times v. The 2's can cancel, the v's can cancel, so you have to hold the top, the 1 on the top and a 3v on the bottom. All right, let's look at the last one. What I'm canceling, remember I had to break up the 9 into a 3 times 3, so I just used that upside down division. So 3's cancels and the z's, so on the top I have 3 z to the second, could be over 1, right? And that just simplifies to 3z to the second. All right, so I want you to look back at these and really take a good look and see. I ended up with x to the second, right? 4 on the top, 2 on the bottom. I subtracted to get here. And this put my answer on the top because 4 minus 2 is 2. Take a look at this one. If I look at this, it's this one, take away this one, right? but my answer ends up on the bottom. That's because there's more on the bottom than there were on the top. So it's kind of like you're having a little battle. Who has more? When you look at this, there's 7 on the bottom, 2 on the top. Well, the bottom's going to win, right? They've got 5. That's why the B's end up on the bottom. So when you look at this, there's more A's on the top. That's why the A's on the top. There's more X's on the bottom. That's why the X answer is on the bottom. So the general rule is you're just taking the exponents, the base is the same, and you're subtracting. If the bigger number is on the top, your answer is going to end up on the top. If the bigger number's on the bottom, your answer is going to end up on the bottom. So last part of this lesson, there's a mixed practice, and it kind of puts everything we've done together in one paper. So what I want you to do is give these a try, pause the video, and then come back and check and see how you did. All right, cancel, cancel. You should be left with, one more cancel. You should be left with, nope, I just made a mistake. No, I didn't. What I'm left with is 3 on the top, nothing on the bottom, so it's just 3. Sorry about that. My brain kind of a little zip. Cancel, cancel, cancel the B's. I'm left with a B on the top, A to the 4th on the bottom. Cancel the X, that's it. I have 2Y to the 3rd on the top, X to the 3rd on the bottom. Cancel a 3, cancel a W. There's nothing on the bottom, so it's a 1. So what I'm left with on the top is 3 W squared Z to the 3rd. So really what's left down here is a 1. All right, this one we jumped to multiplication. All that means is you're adding the exponents. Coefficient comes first. We have 3 X's and a Y. 9 times 4 is 36. A to the 3rd, B to the 7th. This just cancels out because it's 0, right? So I have 5Y to the 2nd. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. G to the 7th, H to the 2nd, because that one equals 1. Okay, down here, 3's cancel, Z's cancel. I am left with a Z on the top and X squared on the bottom. We're going to cancel our X's. They're a long way away, but I'm left with Y squared over 6. Okay, what's great about these is instead of writing them out, you can get used to looking at these. They're the same. They would just cancel out, and there's your answer, right? Look back here, the 3's can cancel. When you look at these, there's more on the top, so when you simplify it, there's a single Z left on the top, and that 0 is a 1. So all right, that's as far as we're going today. That was dividing the exponents, and we will pick up next class. Have a great day.